We are blown away with how many of you came out. Friends and people that we go to church with, people from our park, just friends from a long time ago, and new friends that we met just recently jamming. So we've even got one friend. Where are you at, Jean-Luc? Right here. Came all the way from New Caledonia, the island of New Caledonia, down south of Australia. He's a diehard fan. He just traveled a long way. It's cold up here. My instrument's cold. I don't know if it's in tune. Oh well, I'm not in tune either way. So, well, thank you again for coming. How's the sound? Can you hear me all right back there, Gary?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we appreciate your coming. I believe, now that the stats are not in on this to be accurate, don't hold me to it, but I believe about 90% of the songwriters write songs for 10% of the people. That 90% of the songs that you hear, country music or in that area, is songs that only 10% of the people can relate to. Their themes are on cheating, drinking, killing. And I get tickled. We go to these jams and here will come a sweet couple come up there to jam. They've been married for 50 years and they have tried to be good citizens. I know they've raised their kids right. They've done everything. They have been faithful to each other all the years, and they get up there and they start singing some cheating song. And it tickles me. I guess we kind of live vicariously through the person that's in the song, because I'm sure that most of us cannot relate that well to Chris Christopherson's song about Sunday morning coming down when you're waking up with a hangover and you're smelling fried chicken. And few people can relate to the songs that Hank Williams wrote as much as he did, because he was blessed with an ornery wife and mother. Anyway, the songs that I write are songs that tell a story, and we want to relate them to you. So the songs that I write them with you in mind and with me in mind. They're for folks our age that will understand where we're coming from on this. My art hero, most of you know, or maybe some of you don't, since some of you I've met tonight for the first time. My career was as an artist, and so my art hero was Norman Rockwell. And Norman Rockwell painted paintings as he wanted America to be. He wanted to show things that we want to remember from our past and growing up. And someone very much complimented me one time when they said, "Ron, you are to music what Norman Rockwell was to art. Your songs paint pictures of everyday life." And so that's what I'm trying to do on this. So the songs that we've picked out for you this evening, I hope you'll really enjoy them. We try to do different songs every show that we do. And so some of them are humorous and some of them are really profound. But I'm not going to tell you which one is which. You'll have to figure out which ones are profound. It's kind of like walking up to a banjo player and turning one of his tuning keys. And then you don't tell him which one you turned. From the hills, she had some homemade remedies she'd prescribe when you would sneeze, and people came to her to cure their ills. She'd roam the the swamps and the woods, gathering herbs to build her goods, to make a poultice guaranteed to stink. Just the thought of calling her made the dead start to stir. Woe to you if she fixed you a drink. One thing she would do, you know, is go down to the Texaco, fill her jug with simple kerosene. She'd take a spoonful every night, add some honey to kill the bite, to ward off any illness unforeseen. When Beulah Bass came with her war bag, germs would run and so would I. With gas in her can, poultice in her hand, the best that you could hope for was to die. The granny woman roamed these hills, curing all the aches and ills. Everyone around knew Beulah Bass. With her bag of roots and spores, she would show up at your door with her poultice and her can of gas. Beulah claimed her recipes would keep your body illness-free, but today she died. Why, you ask? Her arteries and lungs were clean, kept that way with kerosene, but the doctor said she just ran out of gas. When Beulah Bass came with her war bag, germs would run and so would I. With gas in her can, poultice in her hand, the best that you could hope for was to die. The best that you could hope for was to die. Thank you. Hey Terry, I'm going to have a little bit of house lights on. I got to see who I'm singing to. Oh yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. I got to know when they walk out or not. I don't want to be sitting up here singing all to myself. Well, you might have realized after that song that I did not come from Chicago, wherever my Chicago friends are back there. I came from the Missouri Ozarks. So, little town of a population of 89. And we had a general store that was in town. It was called Kump Brothers. And all the while I was growing up, it was just across the road from where my dad operated a garage. And you'd walk in the front door. I'm going to describe it for you here. You walked in the front door, and there was the counter with this great big old tall cash register on it, and down below was little bins, cubby holes, where they'd put these little sales books in. So if you came in, you could just say, just put it on the bill, and they'd take that out and they'd write it down, and then you'd settle up whenever you could. Hanging from the one of the rafters there was a stalk of bananas. Along here was canned goods. Along over on the other side was some clothing, some dry goods. And in the back of the store there was a pot-bellied stove with some old kegs and a church pew or two sitting around it. And then back behind this concrete building that was the store was a feed store. And underneath the feed store was a place to keep live chickens. Whenever you came up to the front of the store, there was a corrugated metal awning that came out from the front, and underneath that, on either side of the door, there was a couple of old wooden benches where the old retired guys sat, and they would whittle, and they just sat there all day long and talk. And whenever you look at that piece of metal that was up there, it was all bent over on the edge because these trucks would bump back up, and they just keep back until they bumped something. So all the little roof was kind of bent on there. And then in front of the screen door where you opened it up to go in, which across it they had a metal thing so that you wouldn't push on the screen, it said Colonial Bread. And then from down at the bottom of it, if you look, there was my dog. The side of the store was being concrete, and above it was the Oddfellows Lodge. But everyone would take and put their initials and carve it in the concrete on the side of the store. You got the picture? There's an old country store I can see in my mind, porch on the front and a feed store behind. There were no shopping carts, just a list for the man. He'd fill up your sack and say, pay when you can. You would bring him some eggs or a chicken to trade. While he filled out your list, you could sit in the shade, and you passed time a day with the loafers who came. Those days have gone by, will ne'er be the same. On the screen door a sign, colonial bread, cold drinks inside, Coca-Cola it read. Stove in the back where the dry goods were kept, on an old church pew or a keg you could sit. Choose which hog feed was best, for the printed feed sacks became a new dress, and the oranges were packed in crates made of wood. We made everything from them that we could. The storekeeper knew all the people around. Till the crops would come in, he'd just jot it down. In his apron of white, he'd sweep out the store and shoo an old dog away from the door. On the screen door a sign, colonial bread, cold drinks inside, Coca-Cola it read. Stove in the back where the dry goods were kept, on an old church pew or a keg you could sit. Would carve their own name on the side of the store. It's tradition they claim. If you happen to pass and you look, you will find, as you search through the names, I'm sure you'll see mine. On the screen door a sign, colonial bread, cold drinks inside, Coca-Cola it read. Stove in the back where the dry goods were kept, on an old church pew or a keg you could sit. Thank you. I remember my dad, I was maybe 6 or 7, he'd send me over to get him a carton of cigarettes. And so I would go in and I'd say, I want a carton of cigarettes. And of course the storekeepers knew me and knew all was going on. They said, oh, you're awful young to be smoking like that. And no, they're from my daddy, you know, and oh, I don't know, believe that, you know. They'd go on about this, and I'd say those 5 words that was just magic to me. Put it on the bill. I'm going to do a song now that a lot of songs take some research and memory to do. And I've told people before, this next song is probably the easiest song I ever wrote. I was just standing on the front step one day, and it walked up and said, write me. Whoops. Snippy little dog on its line. It's not big, but it's a destroyer. as it moves along, dropping its mines. I try my best to like everybody, but some folks really make it hard. I think she feels that I should be honored to let her rat squat in my yard. Her precious little foo-foo is searching for just the right spot, and I'll bet it has calculated my stride and will plan its drop exactly where I step. I'll bet she never lets little foo-foo do his job in its own yard, for then she'd have to take a little Ziploc, and scooping poop would be just too hard. Sometimes she even carries little foo-foo when she takes it out for a walk. Then she lets it water my flowers while she pretends that she came by to talk. Sometimes she even dresses little foo-foo in clothes that even it's a shame to wear. I'm sure there must be a violation of animal rights written there. Doggone, I think my foot just found it. She should have named that dog Poo-Poo. My wife's gonna kill it if she finds it, for I just tracked it in on my shoe. She calls little Foo-Foo her baby. She treats it just like it was her kid. I'm sure her children heard the call of nature, but I bet they wore diapers when they did. I ought to go down to the pound where I find a St. Bernard or a Chow. I'll take him home and feed him beans and chili. It's time for us to take a walk now. We'll stroll down by my neighbor's front yard. I know I should bring a bag along, but she never brings a bag for little foo-foo. And this is war, so baby, bring it on. That's why I wanted the lights on. I had to figure out who has the little dogs. Oh, we're missing a lot of things we grew up with, aren't we? I know my neighbor across the road still operates using a clothesline, and but Arrena gave up the clothesline quite a while back. And there's just nothing smells better than, clothes dried out there on the line. But boy, in the winter time with North, remember doing that? You'd bring the clothes in and stand it in the corner. And we was talking about this the other day. She said, you always made sure that you hung the unmentionables in the middle and put the sheets on the outside. There was a real science to that.
Yes.
But we could learn so much about our neighbors just by what we saw on the clothesline. Do you remember Monday from another time? You could see your neighbor's secrets hanging on the line. The Baileys had a baby, the diapers told it plain, and Mrs. Jones' sister had come to stay again. The fancy linen tablecloth with napkins to impress said the Millers had the preacher as their Sunday guest. And from the way the clothes are patched, the Fowlers need a hand. He's lost his job and told no one, he's a proud and stubborn man. The smell of clothes dried in the air is sweet to be fade is my memory. See the Union suit the mayor wore was red, and who would think his wife would wear such frilly things to bed? The newlyweds who moved next door are new at this, we think. They must have failed to sort their clothes, for all their whites are pink. Now today we rarely see the colors bright and bold. They're dried at night by Maytag. I miss those days of old. And though we long to know the news behind our neighbor's door, we have no longings to return to clotheslines anymore. Smell of clothes dried in the air is sweet to behold, but not the dirt the wind would blow or frozen in the cold. The clothesline, like the washboard, is a part of history, and the only thing that seems to fade is my memory. We packed up our instruments, and I said, Linda Smith might be here tonight, so I better take the banjo. So Linda, if it hadn't been for you coming here, I was not going to get it out of the van. And so now it's one person against all the rest of you, because everybody else wishes when I get done that I'd left it in the van.
Reed, move just a little bit. That mic's right in your face.
Perfect. She just smiling. Oh, look at what they come out of the closet.
Is my hairnet on? Oh, that's mine! With this on, it'd be hard to tell us apart. Oh boy. Gertrude Harper, who was always prim and proper, lived alone for 60 years unwed, in the big house on the hill, and she would be there still. But today they found Miss Nancy Harper dead. She must have been a knowing that she was truly going, for she picked out her casket and her shroud, the flowers she loved best, and a pink chiffon dress. For pallbearers, she says, no men allowed. They wouldn't take me out while I was living, so they'll not take me out when I'm gone. Come around, so they'll not put me down. I'll not need a man when I'm gone. Upon the hill, and it mentioned names of men she hoped to kiss. There were many written down, but they never came around, while even George the plumber's on the list. So Miss Nancy Gertrude Harper, who was always prim and proper, was dressed in a negligee today. But no men were there to see, for she says it cannot be. They missed their chance to see me dressed dressed that way. They wouldn't take me out while I was living, so they'll not take me out later on. They wouldn't come around, so they'll not put me down. I'll not need a man when I'm gone. I'll not need a man when I'm gone. That was just for you, Linda.
Thank you. Look forward though.
Don't press it. Well, can't play with that one. Oh. The wardrobe guy is not doing his job. What key? I better look. I gotta read what key it's in. I can't read them without my glasses. D. That goes right there. Oh, I'll play them over here. I guarantee when I put these on, I won't be able to see a thing. Walking down the street one day, I saw some boys that played. I remember when I was their age, I used to play that way. Someone said, "Hey, old man, let's see what you got." Someone threw the ball, and I took a shot. I still got it. I still got it. Don't mean to flaunt it, but I still got it. Sitting at a traffic light, I heard an engine rev. "Hey, old man, what you got?" is what the youngster said. He didn't know my pickup truck had a 460. The light turned, the tires burned, and away we go. I still got it. I still got it. Don't mean to flaunt it. I still got it. Lying on a busy beach, beauties everywhere. There were young and muscled men, all with wavy hair. When much to my surprise, when a gorgeous girl said, much to my surprise, "Hey, old man." I think I lost those words. I got to start that whole thing over. Lying on a busy beach, beauties everywhere. There were young and muscled men, all with wavy hair. I think I was here before. When much to my surprise, I cannot tell you how, a gorgeous girl said, "Oh man, can I use your towel?" I still got it. I still got it. Don't mean to flaunt it. I still got it. Lying on that busy beach, staring at the stars. The sun was out, but so was I. I think I'd gone too far. I told my wife I didn't look. Was that a girl, you say? A bikini? Well, I didn't see. I must have looked away. I still got it. I still got it. What a wallop. I still got it. Is that all I need this for? Okay, I'm going to leave. If I can find my glasses. Oh, any of you ever been to your class reunion? Pitiful, wasn't it? Man, I don't think I ever saw so many old folks. Well, I wrote this after I went to mine. We were just a bunch of kids back in '61. We didn't have much money, but we had a lot of fun. Today we got together, there's been some changes made. I can't believe the pounds they've gained or how their hair has grayed. Oh no, where did they all go? What happened to the hunks and chicks that I used to know? Oh no, isn't it a shame that I'm the only one that still looks the same? You see that old guy there, chest in his waist. Remember when he won the game that put us in first place? And that gray-haired lady there that wears size 18 broke the hearts of all the guys, the homecoming queen. Someone walks up to me, looks me in the face. He says, "You look familiar, but your name I can't place." I smile and think how sad. There has come a time to forget your best friend that way. He must have lost his mind. Oh no, where did they all go? What happened to the hunks and chicks that I used to know? Oh no, isn't it a shame that I'm the only one that still looks the same? Some of you have probably been up on the sad but continuing and finally ending story of Joey Feek and her passing of Joey and Rory, and a sad situation it was. Rory is a wonderful songwriter. He wrote a song called "The Bible and the Belt," and I really liked the song really well, but I wanted to be able to do it in our shows, and I only do songs that we've written in our shows. So I took the same title, and I wrote my own song called "The Bible and the Belt." I grew up in a home where the Bible was the law. My mama read the scriptures enforced by my pa. And when she read what Jesus said by the Spirit, it was dealt. But if I'd stray and go my way, my daddy used the belt. When daddy used the belt and mama read the Bible, the children knew the right from the wrong. When daddy used the belt and mama read the Bible, we knew is considered obsolete, and they call it abuse if a belt should warm the seat. Both are seldom used, the result is surely felt. What this world needs today is the Bible and the belt. When Daddy used the belt and Mama read the Bible, the children knew the right from the wrong. When Daddy used the belt and Mama read the Bible, we knew that love lifted me was more than just a song. We knew that love lifted me was more than just a song. Thank you. I'm going to switch instruments again. There may be someone that doesn't even know what I've got in my hands here. So it's called a resonator guitar, more commonly known as a dobro. And we'll try to do a couple of songs with it. This first one that we're going to do is kind of relative to the time that we're doing. I wrote it several years ago. We dig it out about every 4 years. Atlantic Ocean to the wide Pacific shore, they're making campaign speeches. It's election time once more. They're making crazy promises we know they cannot keep. They're telling lies and slinging, but it's really getting deep. Oh, listen to the jumble, the ramble, and the roar. As the debate gets to rolling, you can hear the people snore. They're digging up the dirt to tell to one and all. We have to sit and listen to the campaign bash 'em all. That we're hearing, they're all a bunch of crooks. Grandma says she chooses the one with the best looks. I just hope they promise when the voting's done to pick up all their signs and dare again to run. Oh, listen to the jumble, the ramble, and the bore. As the debate gets to rolling, you can hear the people snore. They're digging up the dirt to tell to one and all. We have to sit and listen to the campaign bash 'em all. That was an easier one. This next one's going to be a little harder. How many of you have celebrated 50 years of marriage? Look at that. Wow. Give everybody a hand. Well, this is one that we put out a CD on a couple years ago when we celebrated our 50th, and it's called 50. Very appropriate. And this is a song that I had written, and we wanted to make sure we put it on there. It's called the Golden Anniversary Waltz. Going to continue the love songs. You know, they're 90%. I like that figure. I've always said 90%. Of the love songs are negative love songs. Love's gone wrong, so they write songs about it. Very few songs are the positive kind. Vince Gill had one out that I really liked, is Look at Us. Probably heard that. That's a wonderful one. Or Scotty Wiseman's Have I Told You Lately That I Love You. That's a positive type of love song. The rest of them are usually things have gone south and they're just having trouble with it. But this is, am I the right one? Oh, well, let's switch them since I introduced this one, we might as well do it, had it. It's been many years since we said our vows, dear. Many happy times have come and gone. I promised then to love you till death would come to me, but I'll love you till the end and beyond. I'll love you till the end and beyond. When death shall come, we'll keep on loving on. The angels will be shocked to see how we carry on, 'cause I'll love you till the end and beyond. When I said I do, I thought I did, dear. But time has shown my love like he was young. Each day that we have had, my love has really grown, and I'll love you till the end and beyond. We have laughed and loved our life away, my darling, and now await our Lord soon to come. But should we enter heaven by the grave, dear, I'll love you till the end and beyond. I'll love you till the end and beyond. When death shall come, we'll keep on loving on. The angels will be shocked to see how we carry on, 'cause I'll love you till the end and beyond. Yes, I'll love you till the end and beyond. Thank you. Now here's the one I was supposed to have done before I did that one, but this is... Family reunions are wonderful things. It's always bittersweet though, because we know that we're going to get to see those that we love so much, but it may be the last time we get to see them. As we gather today, we think once again of the days gone by and times back when we laughed and we sang with mother and dad. Oh, memories so sweet make us happy and sad. A family reunion, how precious each soul. The moments we share, worth more now than gold. Where the time slipped away, no one seems to know. Oh, young ones, spend time with the ones you love so. Each time that we meet, a new empty chair, our only solace, we shall meet them up there, and a new one is born to fill in the space, as we try hard to put a name with each face. When the meal is finished, we gather to pose. Our days are as grass, and we fade as the rose. As we say our goodbyes, we pull back one may miss the reunion next year. A family reunion, how precious each soul. The moments we share, worth more now than gold. Where the time slipped away, no one seems to know. Oh, young one, spend time with the one you love so. Oh, young one, spend time with the one you love so. Thank you. That kind of leads me right into this next song, which kind of has the same theme on it. We have a pretty large family. We have 4 children and what, 13 grandchildren.
Four great.
4 great. One's on the way.
2. But we still count.
But I remember whenever they was all young, and they would come over, and I would want to share with them some of their family heritage and history. I would get out some albums, and I'd want to show them this and tell them about who they descended from. And I'd have everything ready and have my little speech ready, and they'd come in and they would just, wow, it's all noise. They were just, everybody was talking, and they was bringing in games that they took over my television set and plugged them in and did all of this. There was stuff all over the floor, and I'd sit there with my jaw open, thinking, well, maybe the next time. They weren't quite interested, and I realized that I was just like them one time. I'm standing before you with a heart that is open, willing to share all the things that I know. But no one will ask me, and no one will listen. I'm just an old man, and soon I must go. Oh, but I was just like them, too busy with nothing to ask all the questions for answers they had. Now, oh, what I'd give to spend just a moment to sit down and talk with grandfather and dad. I've so many questions and no one to turn to. The ones who had answers now have all passed. We never miss loved ones until they have left us. For just 1 minute is all that I ask. The young people gather and talk with their playmate. The old ones are waiting their memories to share. But no one will ask them, and soon it's tomorrow. Yesterday's gone, and it's too late to care. Oh, who are the people I see in the heard someone make a comment, and I thought, okay, I'll just make a song out of that. But they said, I don't know, we have been to every doctor we can find. We've tried everything we can. We don't have anything, all we got left is prayer. And I thought, wow, that is kind of getting the cart before the horse. If you're down to all that you've got left is prayer, you've got a sovereign God who can supply and meet every need that you can imagine. So this is called, if I can get my voice back, all I have left is a prayer. God says, ask and you shall receive. But I guess I just did not believe. I said, all I really need is just me, and call on God if I have a need. I don't need God, I work alone. I can make my way on my own. Now I've reached the bottom of despair, and all I have left is a prayer. All I have left is a prayer. It should have been my first and only care, but pride of life is much too hard to bear. Now all I have left is a prayer. I don't need God to have a home. Now I find myself all alone. My family's gone, I know not where. Too late for me to gather them in prayer. Why do we try everything but God? Why do we make life to be so hard? If prayer would lead the way at the start, we rarely would see a broken heart. I thought life and health for me would be so long. I thought time as it is would carry on. The doctor gave news hard to bear. Now all I have left is a prayer. Like the woman who had spent her last dime, as a last resort she came to Christ and found the answer for her need was always there, when all she had left was a prayer. All I have left is a prayer. It should have been my first and only care, but pride of life is much too hard to bear. Now all I have left is a prayer. All I have left is a prayer. Thank you. My brother, my oldest brother, turns 90 in June. He's a World War II vet. I was wondering, do we have any World War II veterans here? Right there, good. Got some back here. It's wonderful. Oh, thank you so much for your, thank you. Thank you. How many of you are old enough to remember that time. You might have just been children, you might have been not a veteran, but you were involved in all the other activities that supported the veterans as they fought for our freedom. Any, oh, looky here. Yeah, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Even as many of you remember, maybe as children, all the rationing, and you remember collecting metal and tinfoil and milkweed seed pods and all that. But it was a time when this nation bound themselves together, and patriotism like has never been known. This is called The Greatest Generation. On a quiet Sunday morning, 1941, storms were in the distance, but all was fine at home. When a tornado struck the peaceful land, a giant was awakened and rose to take its stand. From the farms and the villages to the city dwellings high, they left their homes and families to heed their nation's cry. They sacrificed luxuries, salvaged scrap and tin. They changed their lives in drastic ways, determined they would win. The greatest generation this world has ever known is quickly passing from the scene. They will soon be gone. Let's give them the honor they are rightly due, while they can still stand up proud for the old red, white, and blue. From the shores of Iwo Jima to Omaha they fell. The stars in mothers' windows confirmed that war was hell. But when the last bomb fell, the last ship fired its gun, they sailed home to find their lives, for victory was won. Now in the 70 years that somehow slipped away, maybe it has slipped our minds of what they did today. Let's give them the honor they are rightly due, the greatest generation of the old red, white, and blue. The greatest generation this world has ever known is quickly passing from the scene. They will soon be gone. Let's give them the honor they are rightly due, while they can still stand up proud for the old red, white, and blue. Thank you so much. We got one more song to do. We thank you all so much for coming. We do have CDs. Everything we've done tonight's on a CD, but they're not all on the same one. It's called marketing. So if you're interested in our music, we would like for you to come up and take a look, see what we have. They're $10 each, except we do have one DVD that is $15, the video of us doing a show. And our friends down here are videoing us tonight. So, Don, this is one you always ask for. So I'm going to do this tonight.
Great. Everybody here will like it.
Oh, you think so? All right. He guarantees you'll like this. I think I need to preface it a little bit with how I led to do. You know, you can get anything at Walmart.
Almost.
I got this song at Walmart. I was walking in Walmart one day, and I was following this young lady, and I thought she had leotards on. And then upon closer observation, I realized she didn't have anything on at all, hardly. It was tattoos. She just had tattoos all over her. And so, as I was following her down the aisle, I was looking at the tattoos. Well, if you got them on there, I mean, they put them on there for you to look at, don't they? So, I mean, she was like a walking billboard or art gallery. There was flowers, and there was devils, and there was angels, and there was Elvis, and there was motorcycles, and there was poetry, and there was scripture verses, and it always gives me, I gotta get a kick out of these people who puts their boyfriend's or girlfriend's name on their arm, then there's another one down below that. But anyway, she was really something else, and I thought as I followed her down that aisle, reading them, that, boy, here's one wild woman. And then she met another lady that she knew, and she gave her a big hug and said, "Oh, well, I'll see you in church Sunday then, sister." Well, that took that image out of my head, you know, and I thought, there you go, Ron, judging a book by its cover again. So anyway, I wound up then writing this song. So this will be our last song, but thank you so much again for coming. And Terry, thank you very much.
I think he has a 50-50.
Tell them to stay for the raffle.
Oh, you want to do that now?
We can wait until it's over and turn the lights on, whichever works.
Okay. After we get done, he's going to have, there was their 50-50, is that what it is? Okay, all right. Don't leave. What was I doing? I met my tattoo baby at a Sunday school potluck meal. She looked like a porcelain doll, could she be real? So what? So modest and so meek, covered from chin to feet. I met my tattoo baby at a Sunday school potluck meal. I got up the nerve to ask for a little date. I couldn't believe my luck when she says, great. My confidence was slim when she says, let's take a swim. I met my tattoo baby at a Sunday school potluck meal. She went in the dressing room to change her clothes. Just a little old-fashioned girl, I suppose. But I couldn't believe my eyes when, much to my surprise, she was tattooed from her neck down to her toes. A chain and Dracula around her neck, Elvis and a Harley on her back. But that was not the half. A snake curled up her calf, and she had cactus and barbed wire where she sat. Niagara Falls was running down her thigh. When she raised her arm, Mickey Mouse says, hi. Then I saw the rose, heaven knows from where it grows. When she bent down, that's when my throat went dry. A first was written on her chest. I started to read, but got embarrassed, I guess. It disappeared from sight, and she smiled with impish light. When we get married, you can read the rest. I met my tattoo baby at a Sunday school potluck meal. She looked like a porcelain doll, could she be real? So modest and so meek, covered from chin to feet. I met my tattoo baby at a Sunday school potluck meal.